Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'll try and make this quick, because obviously there's been a lot of stories on this, but at the same time, there's also been just a recent update from the Tokyo Game Show where Masahiro Sakurai has accepted awards, on behalf of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I believe it was 3 awards in total, but then at the same time, he brought up Satoru Iwata and how Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the last game he was tasked with. Masahiro Sakurai was tasked with by Satoru Iwata to finish, and Masahiro Sakurai has obviously put his all into this game, as we know, but we know even more reasons now because this was him giving his all, in the final project that his friend, which we have to remember, his friend gave to him, Mr. Satoru Iwata, which every time we hear this stuff, it just breaks my heart. If you really are a Nintendo fan, and you fell in love with that Wii and DS era, then it's even before that. But this is when these Nintendo greats really started becoming names in our household, so to speak. But yeah, it's heartbreaking. But it kind of leads into how I feel about the recent Ring Fit Adventure announcement, which I'm sure everyone's seen by now. Ring Fit Adventure is that new game revealed by Nintendo, new fitness game, RPG adventure type game, which uses a circular like apparatus which you can push in and out, which requires a bit of strength, with the Joy-Cons attached to both the apparatus and also by a strap to your leg. And when you first look at this, it does kind of just look like your average Nintendo type of fitness game. And to tell you the truth, I think it looks pretty cool. The games look really good on it. Obviously, it reminds me of Wii Sports Resort and Wii Fit U. Both of those games used like Woohoo Islands for you to run around, which is always good. Felt like an adventure anyway, run around those islands. And there's a lot of mini games in Wii Fit U which required holding a gamepad, whether it's above your head, in front of you to do water cannons or trampolining, and holding a tea tray with cakes on that would roll off, which is actually a really good game. But at the same time, I kind of don't want, what we noticed with Ring Fit Adventure was that there are new characters. Essentially, you got the new main character. This female-looking character with glowing gold hair, so to speak, and then you had some instructors who kind of look like Wii Fit trainers, but they weren't. And that's kind of what I want to just briefly talk about. Is that I don't want Nintendo to forget or be embarrassed or be ashamed or try to write off their Wii heritage, because we have protagonists, characters for Nintendo's fitness type of games, and they are the Wii Fit trainers. Now, of course, they are called Wii Fit trainers. You can still keep those names. That's not a problem. If Nintendo want to rename them, essentially, for their new consoles going forwards, then do so. Just call them the Fit trainers, or something like that. But I don't know. What I don't like, I suppose, is how we are getting this this really cool new fitness game for Nintendo that's got RPG elements in it, which also remind me of Street Pass on the 3DS, the Street Quest, if anyone played that, which was when the Street Pass came out, it was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Getting all your Miis and just walking past people getting their Miis and using them in his RPGs and to collect puzzle pieces and all this stuff. But it looks like what Nintendo do, a lot of time is mix a lot of their ideas together, sometimes single them out. If you remember, I done a video on Nintendopia, which was an idea of mine, which I'd love to see. All of these Nintendo creations that they do, whether it's Labo, whether it's Woohoo Island, whether it's the island from Pilot Wings on the N64, or even the SNES if you want to include that island. Just all these ideas that they always have, and just bring them together, fuse it in with Miiverse and all this stuff. But yeah, check out that video. I'll try and put a link above if I remember. But what I don't want Nintendo to do is forget their Wii heritage, because there's no reason to be embarrassed about the Wii and that generation. Not even the Wii U. There's literally no reason being embarrassed about it. Sales numbers wise, if we actually look at games like Wii Sports Resort, Wii Fit, Wii Fit U, if we combine all those sales together, we are talking sales numbers that few other game IPs, game franchises can even come close to, and Nintendo achieved that with just a few games. So this is how big the Wii Sports name was. The Wii Fit trainers, the Miis, who are also important. We don't get to see the Miis enough. But yeah, I see Ring Fit Adventure and I think, why not use these Wii Fit characters? Everyone knows them. They're still Nintendo characters. You have them as Smash Brothers. They're still Nintendo characters. Bring them back. Keep them on the forefront. It doesn't have to be a Wii Sports Resort 2, because we're not in the Wii era anymore. But people recognize those characters and go, oh, I remember those guys from Wii Fit. Now the Switch is popular again. It's cool to see them again. Will I be able to use my Miis again and all this stuff? Because we're getting people back now. We're getting those Wii people back for the Switch. Jog their memories, of these franchises. You don't always have to restart. As Nintendo do that sometimes. They can just restart on some things that aren't. I was going to say aren't popular, but like I said, we're talking about the Wii Sports series here. It was immensely popular. And what I don't want is what will happen. What will happen is that which I've kind of seen already with the announcement of Ring Fit Adventure, is that you'll start seeing those skeptics again. Coming back out. Those people who ditched the Wii, laughed at the Wii U, but now the Switch is popular. Everything on there is popular. But as soon as Nintendo start doing something different, whether it was with Labo, whether it is now with Ring Fit Adventure, whatever, you see them start going back to those old circles as if these aren't essentially core IPs, which I completely disagree against. Wii Sports Resort and Wii Sports and stuff was some of the best multiplayer I've ever had, and even some of the single player games like the Samurai game when you're running on the beach. I absolutely just loved it. I loved flying around Woohoo Islands. It was like Pilot Wings, so to speak. And Ring Fit Adventure has now got this little RPG adventure mode in there. It will, I'm sure, make cool use of this ring apparatus to, for all the different games. And when you do get into them, if you just have fun with them, because that's what these games are for. If you just have fun with them, you'll find yourself, guess what, having fun. And I can see myself buying it, depending on the price, of course. If it goes on too expensive, then I'll probably wait a bit, because it's not something that I'm itching even myself to get on right now. But I am interested. I am intrigued. I'd like to see more of the mini games and some of the games I've seen already, and some of the island and the combat and stuff. It does look cool, and I've already got 2 sets of Labo, so I know my kids would enjoy it as well. So once again, it would be a family thing. Let's not talk about how cheesy that advert was. Nintendo's advertising now for the Switch seems to be going all over the place again, where they start off really strong, really cool, really casual, which is what people grabbed onto when they first saw the Switch, just like millennials in their apartments, or walking their dogs and stuff. And now we're back to these cheesy fake actors, in their unrealistic, expensive looking houses, which very few people have. If they do have houses like that, I hate them. But yeah, I don't want Nintendo to forget that Wii heritage, and I've said on this channel before how I want them to use the Joy-Cons more. Don't be embarrassed about motion controls. There are a wealth of gamers who love motion controls. Don't be embarrassed about what happened with the Wii U. You've ported every bloody game under the sun for that game, even though you have kind of not used the U name as much, which even, like I said, Nintendo seemed to try to be shying away from it. But don't be embarrassed of it. You can. It just shows how you can bounce back bring back old IPs, you know, even stronger, like the Fire Emblems, you know, and even Zelda. You know, people, so many people chewed out Skyward Sword, which was an amazing Zelda game, but because of motion controls, hey man, I don't like it. But you know, bring Zelda back, still with motion controls. By the way, you got gyro controls and stuff, and you know, and people can jump back on Zelda again, and it could become the greatest selling Zelda again. So yeah, you know, that's all I got to say on it. Like I said, I wanted this to be quick. I don't want to waffle on. Don't be embarrassed about the Wii U and the Wii history. Nintendo use those Wii characters that people knew for over, you know, a decade. Bring them back. You know, you don't need new characters in these types of games. Even though I'm never going to complain about new characters, sometimes creating that familiarity is also a great thing. So yeah, you know, those are just my quick thoughts on it. Satoru Iwata, you know, you know, it always breaks my heart, you know, thinking about him. You know, it's like I said, you know, it's strange. You know, you don't know these people. They're celebrities to you in some respects, but that side of Nintendo, we haven't, you know, seen too much this generation. You know, that heart and that warmth and that realism, that genuine authenticity. You know, but you can still see us there. You know, like, oh, I hope they, you know, cling on to it and keep pushing it. You know, because that's why we love Nintendo so much. But yeah, you know, just my quick thoughts. You know, as always, if you have anything to say, leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you as always. So yep, take care all and peace.